Football.
Oh, right. Yeah, that. I'm pretty sure. I hate to tell you, I haven't watched in a while. I don't keep up.
I just know football.
It's a thing that happens, yes. All right.
Hello, Baden. Oh, I
Hi.
just don't. Oh,
I forgot to account for the time difference, so I need to quickly open my
Don't
computer
worry,
and turn
I
on
just
OBS.
got here, so
Yeah,
because I had to have family dinner, so
luckily, Nor told me that you were here, so I'm like, wait a minute.
well, I remember that you wanted to come see it.
Yeah.
Theo, he just showed up, so I'm not gonna.
yeah,
Bruce
I
like,
have thought
wait,
about
but it's only
going down to
5:30. It's like
Canada Town, but I was like, I should probably get more of this done, so I'm not entirely going off the cuff.
But going off the cuff is what you do best.
It is, but this needs a little more setup.
But going off the cuff is what you do best. Alright, I have a computer open at this point.
Oh, it's pretty simple. Drake just passes out, then he just wakes up. Nothing else happens.
Nothing happens.
Hey, that's pretty good.
There's
All in
no-
all, not the worst case scenario.
Well,
There is no divinity for Dragonborns.
do I
Oh.
have? I can go get Marx's in a second, so it's not a big deal.
It's the
All
same
right.
reason-
So,
Same reason why I don't have any death sequences or death dreams. There's no.
Person who's running your death dreams is done with your shit, is what that is.
pretty
Was
much.
done with your shit before the death dreams became an option. It's like, no, thank you.
So, yep. Are those of you that are going to record?
Yep.
Set up.
Recording? Yes.
Every time you go,
Theo, just
so,
yes.
every time you go, so, I'm like, okay, we're about to start.
So, or in this case, I guess, Drake, after all the pieces are connected, you black out as expected, and when you are returned to consciousness, open your eyes, etc., you find yourself in a small room. And after just a very short examination, it's very obviously your bedroom, effectively, slash, is it bedroom slash workshop? Or were those two separate rooms? I don't quite remember.
Probably the same thing.
Yeah,
Same
I thought that was the case. So, there's something a little off about it, but before you're able to look at it, like, much further, you're interrupted by a very small ahem. And Mercurial is standing vaguely behind you, holding what looks like I guess about the size of like a short sword worth of rainbow crystal, like about an inch wide or so. And she just kind of quietly says, "Hey Drake, you gonna play nice this time? Or do I need to just make the choice for you? I'm certain that you will not enjoy my choice."
Honestly, I'm not sure if I enjoy you too much, but sure. Actually, do I remember or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you remember the last two dreams.
Are you gonna play nice? Parry this, you fucking casual.
Oh, someone just pull out the bomb satchel again. Work less.
You don't have the bomb satchel. That's,
yeah,
that's gone.
unsurprisingly, you don't have that right now. Well,
Probably.
because you don't have any of your attack equipment, and B, because the bomb satchel was annihilated when it blew up.
Fucking steel puncher. Bobo fist.
So
Yeah, okay. Scene. Probably. Uh, I'm pretty sure I have a concussion right now. Did you see that, or were you not there?
well, in answer, she just kind of drops the sliver, and everything goes dark again.
Oh god.
You have chosen, I choose.
Yep. Though, rather than returning to the real world, as you kind of expected based on the last few dreams that you've encountered, or going to the gray place, instead, you're all of a sudden open your eyes and are instantly blinded. At least for a few seconds before your eyes readjust to the daylight hours. And you seem to be standing in an alley, just off of the main road in what you assume to be Ehrenberg from the look of a few shop signs that you recognize. Off to, like, further in the alley, I don't know, probably off to your right, you hear kind of at least a younger man go and say, "Hey boss, you ready to do this?" And as you turn to look towards the voice, you see that there is small group, but still more than a dozen members of fairly young men who are of human, gnomish, dragonborn, and half-orc descent. All dressed in dark clothing, grays and greens for the most part. Clothing of thieves and hunters. Though these guys all do not seem to be of either category, seeing as they're holding fairly large satchels that are filled with some sort of round objects.
Oh god damn it.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck have you gotten into?
Now, okay, so I'm in air.
Mm-hmm.
There is a young posse behind me. Are there any reflective surfaces?
Not that you can see.
Oh,
I mean, there's no puddles or anything, if that's what you're wondering.
Didn't you
Yeah.
buy a mirror at some point? Or is that in the other game?
well, I'm gonna guess I don't.
Yeah, Drake does have a mirror, but Drake is also not Drake at the moment from the looks of things.
Details.
Yeah. After a short look of your hands and whatnot, it's very clear that you are not Dragonborn. You appear to be human or elven of some sort, as your skin is not scaly and it's not a weird color.
Yes. Might as well see where this is going, because I feel like if I just turn around and be like, "No, what's going on? Who are you people?" Won't go well.
All right. So he nods and just kind of looks back at the group, and all the rest of them seem to
Actually,
nod
wait,
and then
first,
start kind of shuffling forward.
what happens when I poke my head out of the alleyway? What do I see?
You see a street. It seems to be even worse than the last time you were here. More buildings have been entirely demolished. And there is plenty of smoke rising from the skyline. You can see the noble's little keep at the back there. Though it's quite a ways off.
What if I look towards the guild? Where the guild should be? Like that district?
I mean, you see a couple of fires, but that district seems to be significantly less damaged, at least from skyline smoke.
What if I look to, like, other districts?
They
market.
are pretty damaged from the looks of it.
Okay. I might slightly be into this, but we'll see. I continue. I guess heading towards the keep.
I mean, you step out of the alley because they're not stepping out of the alley. They're just kind of shuffling up to the edge of it.
Okay, and that's shuffle to the edge, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, the one who asked if you were ready goes and kind of speaks up to the group again. All right, lads, time to go. Haven't gotten a chance like this in months. It's that rat hid in their castle with that blasted mage. And the ones closest to the road go and pull out objects that you immediately recognize as bombs of your design, from the looks of it.
Now, if I search myself, do I have a grenade launcher?
No.
Okay, so
In fact, you actually seem to be missing, like, the bomb bag as well. You seem to have some sort of, like, short blade, probably a short sword or something along those lines. And then a couple of throwing daggers in there that you can kind of feel against your chest underneath the tunic.
huh? I'm trying. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to think. Oh, so, but yeah, okay. Okay, now let's go over the plan one more time. I'm gonna guess we're gonna go. Actually, here, I'm gonna ask my second command. I'm guessing. Let's see. How about you recite the plan? I'm gonna keep a lookout real quick.
Just kind of quizzically looks at you. I mean, plan boss is to wait until they try and ride by and then blast them to Kingdom Come with these new toys that we got. They should be coming like less than a minute if our informant's saying the right things. And you do indeed start hearing the faint clatter of hooves from the keep.
And can you remind me who supplied us with these toys again? I wonder what they'll think when this is all over.
He just shrugs. As far as I know, you did, boss.
God damn it.
You just told us to go and push a button or pull a pin or whatever and then throw them. And they make a big boom.
Push a button, pull pin, light fuse.
These are complicated bombs.
Use charging handle. I don't know why a bomb has a charging
He
handle.
describes the accurate way to
Yeah.
activate the bombs and then throw them at the target.
Pull the ripcord.
Drake was able to describe it to you guys, so they can't be that that hard to use.
Enter the 15-digit password.
Okay, let's.
So, that clatter of hooves
Enter
is
your
getting
mother's
louder by
maiden
the way.
name.
You definitely see at least the ones closest to the edge kind of getting ready. A few of them are already lifting their hands to get them into throwing throwing stance.
Okay, now time to think. Should I? Should I try to make this a guarantee, or do I think these people are enough assholes just to run over? So I'm thinking about just walking out into the street and seeing if they stop for a second. I'm gonna guess maybe not.
Well, what are you gonna do? You basically get a chance to do one thing. So, what's the plan?
Okay, if I. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. I'm gonna try to walk a little bit in front, act like I'm a injured person, and just coughing and hacking and almost.
All right.
He's got the coronavirus. Run him over.
You realize that actually you seem to do a remarkably good job, better than you thought you could pull off. And you definitely get the attention of the guards riding in front of the carriage, and they don't seem to be wanting to stop as they yell something about getting out of the way or you'll be run over. And at that point, the carriage at least doesn't run you over because the bombs well, a couple of them nail into its side, send it screaming into the buildings like across from the thing. A couple of the guards get caught up in the blast, but the majority of this troop which outnumbers your guys by like at least a double, even with the bomb casualties, immediately dismount and start charging towards the alley. You do notice at least that some of the carriage has been not annihilated as it would have been if all of the bombers had been able to hit it, but it's definitely enough that it's not going to be rolling around anymore. And you do see a bald woman who seems to be kind of standing in the center of the wreckage with her hands all pushed out, kind of protecting the other occupants from the looks of it. Although she's kind of covered in smoke and a few blast marks, so she doesn't last very much longer and falls over after just a few more seconds. The people inside, of course, who look injured but are certainly far from dead, scramble out of the wreckage and start kind of fleeing towards the gate itself. What would you like to do? A couple of the guards are kind of honing in on you, but they don't seem to think that you're part of this band. Mostly because they don't have their swords drawn. They have cudgels instead.
Let's see, how many people are there?
In the guard group?
In the
Or in
fleet.
your group? Your group numbers
I
at
mean,
the
in
very most...
The people fleeing towards the gate.
Oh, the nobles, as that's clearly what they are. Looks like, I believe, 5. Give me half a second just to make sure of my number. Yes. 5. One very old woman, a younger, but still definitely middle-aged. Her hair is starting to turn gray, but still definitely has enough vigor in her to keep her going. A man who she's kind of helping along, and then a pair of at least somewhat younger people, but not significantly so. The woman, by the way, who's helping the man along is wearing a very obvious lordly crown.
Do I have any of the memories from this person? I'm gonna guess no.
Not from what you can at least tell on a few seconds of recollection, anyway. Seeing as you don't even know what the heck was happening until your kindly buddy decided to fill you in.
I'm trying to think. I want to try to figure out whether or not, like, the guild is actually in on this. Because I don't know how you have it set up, Mitchell, because I never got the chance to figure it out.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
It's ambiguous.
Yeah.
Like,
As you're kind of... Yeah.
Yeah,
As you're
that's
kind
it.
of looking
moral
around, all of a
ambiguity
sudden
of a-
you realize that no one's moving anymore.
The moral ambiguity of a fucking guerrilla strike versus nobles.
Oh, okay.
Smoke guards shouting, as even shouting, etc., is just gone. Everything is gone in dead silent.
Like, can I move, or...
Seems like it.
Okay, then I'm just gonna look around for a second.
Alright.
And look confused. Unless this is like a adrenaline moment where it's like, oh hey, this is your time to make this.
I mean, maybe. Nothing's moving. So.
Well, when I try to move, like let's say if I try reaching for my daggers.
Yeah, your hands move at the normal speed. You can draw your daggers. In fact, it actually seems like just thinking about it, you your daggers appear in your hands, almost as if by magic, though you're certain that they just got grabbed with this practiced speed of a
Rogue.
person who's used to throwing them.
Mercurial?
All of a sudden, the woman in the crown just kind of has her face turned towards you, and her eyes glow a incredibly brilliant gold, like they were made of, well, made of the substance.
That's
Do
what
you
want.
seek the truth?
Yes.
Were you about to say
Are
I've
you another
killed you
angel?
once, I'll do it again?
Yes.
Yeah. Her eyes just kind of go back, like she turns back to what she was doing a few moments before, and then her eyes cease glowing. One of the guards standing right near you just kind of, his eyes start glowing a, it's blue, but it's not like fantastic blue. It's got a little bit of green mixed in.
If you're the angel, I'm
Seek
not
to
certain about
protect
killing you. Oh, I do? Okay.
No, he's asking.
Oh.
It's a question.
Oh.
What was the question? Do you seek protect
Them is the question.
them? Do you seek them?
Do you seek to protect them? Was the whole
Protect
question.
them. Sorry. Christ.
Yes.
I got both halves and just did not put them together.
I don't know. Until recently, I just had a amazing. Well, recently I've been having idea thoughts of a better Ehrenberg, though with new management. Look over towards the guild area.
Drake's a fucking terrorist, dude.
Then the light fades back out of his eyes and time seems to reassert itself. The royals continue fleeing. Your group is either cut down or knocked unconscious and put in shackles. And now you're standing there in front of a pair of guards holding a pair of daggers. They look confused, to be sure, but they're certainly not backing down.
Um. Oh, okay. I'm also confused.
What would you like to do? Stand there and get clobbered by guards?
No, I'm probably gonna flee.
All right.
Well,
Which
you
direction?
know, head probably towards the Don't you? Okay, so far I'm part of a terrorist. I'm now debating on whether or not I should assassinate people.
Okay, cool.
He's now debating whether or not he wants to be part of the terrorist cell.
Mhm.
I mean, is it you search the truth? Because part of me is thinking like, okay, well, you have the bombs. I'm pretty sure I only gave them to the towards my guild.
You remember that, fine.
Yeah. So now, and the guild seems somewhat untouched. I'm just wondering if this is some elaborate, scheme to get, a new power or get the guild into power, which in that case
Yep.
I think.
So, as you're considering this, by the way, your feet have carried you to the back of the guild building. You've apparently lost the guards ages ago, because you don't even hear any combat anymore.
Oh, thank you, feet. Okay, then. I'm going to.
Yeah. By the way,
So-
you don't recognize this particular guild door. You know it's the building for some reason, but you don't recognize the door.
I'll try to open the door.
All right. Yep. You try and open it. Unsurprisingly, it's locked, but you do see a little panel slide open. Ah. Garrett, you're back. How'd it go? Or, actually, I should let you inside, shouldn't I? You know the password, right?
Password.
Yeah, the password. You know it, right?
Of course. Let's just skip these formalities. I've had a long day and we need to. We need to.
He just kind of chuckles on the other side of the door. Look, Garrett, I know you wanna just do the formalities. I know you know me, but we gotta follow the rules. Either way, come on. And out of your mouth, without any further prodding, the password, or at least a phrase, pops out of the ever-turning gear forever provides. And he just kind of chuckles again. See, I knew you knew it. Just hold down on me. Good old Garrett, doing what you do. All right, give me a second. The panel slides back shut. You hear a couple of locks being undone, and the door then opens. And you see a fairly heavy-set man, balding head, with a club about as tall as he is, just kind of standing in the door. He takes a step back, and just kind of gives you a little half a bow, lets you in.
I head in.
All right. Now, you're standing in the main guild area.
Oh, okay. Then guess I'll try heading up to the guild Grandmaster area.
You path your way up. A couple of people give you looks. No one really says anything, though. They don't seem to be, like, angry or suspicious. If anything, they seem to be worried. So, you make it up to the guildmaster's door.
I'll open the door.
Alright. Yep. It opens. And inside is the guildmaster. Person I don't think you ever described, did you?
I don't think I ever did.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's. I think we might have had like a group of masters, or it was supposed to be like a group of masters. I think, like like a, I don't know, I can't remember.
The council of sorts.
Yeah, council.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like I imagine it would be like, okay, these are the people who are most skilled in tinkering, or make decisions.
Well, your feet have carried you to the one that you know the best. The guildmaster, yeah, of the tinkering quarter.
It is I, Garrett. I have arrived.
Yeah. He's a dwarf, by the way, of Hulo Grand Flame is his name. So. So, yep, he's sitting inside.
Oh.
So he
Okay.
looks up. He seems to recognize you. Doesn't immediately throw you out. So something's up for certain.
Okay, I'm just gonna sign. Just rub my eyes a little bit.
Yep. He goes and just kind of gestures for his chair and pours you out a glass of some sort of golden liquid, which you immediately recognize as a very particular vintage of dwarven whiskey. You're not sure why or how you recognize it as that, but you do.
I'm gonna take a little bit of a sip, then just put it back down and say, I'm. Wait, can I say basically anything I want from what I can tell?
Seems like it.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, I'm very disappointed in you.
He nods, takes a shot of his own. I could say the same about you. By the way, this guy is an ashen dwarf, just to be specific.
No,
You told me I gave you some of those. My problems would be entirely solved by today. Yet,
Okay.
here, that's not exactly how it went down.
okay,
Just
well,
kind of gives you a look over the table. Care to explain?
well, first of all, somewhat of a surprise. I know that you're using Drake's invention.
He just kind of waves his hand. Yeah, it's useful to get our point across. What of it?
Yeah. What you didn't know is Drake is, well, I should say I am messing with the
I'm sorry, messing with the you cut out at the very end there.
heroes. Like, well.
He
Look,
just
it's a,
kind of
it's a
chuckles. Yeah, sure. Funny, Garrett. Messing with the dead. We have real problems to deal with.
Okay, well, first, did you get the, new designs that were sent by Drake? Or not, or no?
Of course.
Well, I should say by me. It's a, breach loading explosive. Well, it can be used as an explosive along with,
He nods. Yep, we're looking into it.
why don't you tell me that, you know, you were doing this instead of just using my invention?
Well, Garrett, it's not really your inventions, is it? You came to me asking to use them after all.
Is there like a pen and quill?
Yeah, he's the guild master. He has tons of that sort of stuff laying all over the place.
I'm
Most of
gonna-
it has already been scribbled on, but there's a couple of paper you can snatch off the table and use.
I'm gonna take one of them in a quill and just start sketching out the quick design of the rifle,
All right.
along with the intricacies of the prosthetic arm.
You try. Your hands definitely are deft enough for it. In fact, they're more deft than even your own. However, it seems like your hands are actively refusing to draw things correctly. So it ends up being more of a child's sketch of a rifle and basically a mechanical arm.
God damn it, material.
No. Hulo just looks at it. What are these supposed to be, Garrett?
The attempt of something that's not happening right now.
You told me that you'd handle our little problem. But now, from what I've heard, they've escaped. Now we're about to have 3 cities worth of soldiers come down on our heads. And that's at best.
Did you not expect any retaliation from this?
Just kind of coldly chuckles. Suppose not. Pours himself another shot. You take over and command that you're king now. What the heck can they do about it? We're all playing their petty games anyway.
Okay. This is so annoying. I have no tools, and I am the body of another man. Okay, and look, I'm sure you can take care of it. In all honesty, I did not expect that we were doing that this was happening. I wanted to know
Just
the
kind of
truth.
raises a big bushy eyebrow. You didn't know, and yet you were the one who both got yourself hired to do it, and then immediately went and said you would. Heck, you begged me to fricking let you murder them. What? You growing soft on me all of a sudden, right as we're at the fucking finish line?
I want salt because this is an entirely different person. My body's.
Yeah, I've heard that's the case. It's not my problem if that's what you like to do.
Wait. What?
Yeah, I know your name's not really Garrett, some sort of weird alien something or other, but I don't give a damn.
Am I an angel? But no. Okay. Well, at least I know the truth now. I know that my suspicions were somewhat correct, and that I am somewhat for this. I hope that you remember who made you guys equal.
He nods. Don't worry. We'll back you. And your boss, when need arises.
My boss?
But yeah. Just said, you came highly recommended from him. Creepy guy. Wants godhood or some such.
Oh god fucking damn it. Okay. Whatever you do, don't let that happen. You guys take control. Roman has to cancel. You're already in major power of this. Amberg runs off you guys.
Yeah. As you're saying this, by the way, you all of a sudden realize that time has frozen once again.
Stop it, whoever you are. Let me get through this. I'm not letting that fucker take this over. This shall be my city.
All of a sudden, a ghostly apparition of some sort of humanoid being. It doesn't really look like anyone in particular, but it has the same golden eyes that the lady had before. You now know the truth.
Yes, and I want to stop that truth from happening. Well, yeah, stop that truth from happening. To an extent. This is bullshit.
Another figure with the same appears on the opposite side. Its eyes glowing blue. Do you wish to defend? Or burn them for their transgressions?
Let's see, defend who? Yeah, I'm thinking defend.
Those who use this vile force. Magic, you call it, right?
Wait, what? Where's magic involved?
Oh my god, Nor. Nor, the lady stopped her from blowing up with a force field.
Yep.
That's why she had her hands held out, my guy. Come on.
The one with the gold just kind of, well, its eyes seem to glow brighter, and all of a sudden the entire room seems to heat slightly as the light grows and grows and grows until it's nearly burning.
Okay,
Only
okay.
the light can burn out the darkness, that evil thing known as magic. However, if you would prefer to defend more than burn, that can also be arranged. The flames die down, and time seems to reassert itself. The dwarf is just looking at you, kind of confused.
Do I notice anything different?
Not from what you can tell.
Why are you looking at me?
Just waiting to hear what you're going to say when, well, exactly how you're going to fix this freaking F up that you've just done.
More bombs.
Yeah. Well, if you can get into contact with Drake, he can supply you with more firepower. If you actually give him the reason of what you're doing. And if you, well, of course, don't allow me to get into power, or my boss. Rely on Drake. He shall make you equal on the on the level of God.
Just kind of looks at you. Your boss only went and showed up to give us the truth of the matter. We
The
don't
truth of
need
what?
to freaking give all of our gold and effort to these low-life lords and ladies. You were just the knife to make sure that that happened. Drake happened to give us an extra sharpening for you.
Yes, but Drake can give you a lot more. He is a little genius when it comes to the firepower of the dwarves, aka gunpowder.
Perhaps. He just kind of sits back in his chair and waves his hand. But I haven't seen Drake in months.
Well, he came back a few days, well, like 3 months ago.
So he hasn't seen him in months, is what you're saying?
You make it sound like it's a lot longer than it is. It was a while ago. He crafted his new arm. He has improved upon it.
Nods. Taps his table.
He's been literally just probably about a few minutes ago. He exploded an angel.
Just kind of looks at you and just bursts out laughing. Killed an angel on Orivon. Angels haven't existed here in 1,000 years.
Angels
Besides,
in my Orivon? It's more likely than you think.
Drake killing a beast that was only able to be killed by hundreds of men and heroes of their power? Come now, Garrett. Come now. Don't make the jests quite that in poor taste.
I'm honestly offended. Well, actually, no, I'm not. I expect. You're not wrong. Drake, I have not been the most heroic of people. But I did blow up an angel. Or he did. Used a lot of the bombs. And some ammunition. But it worked. Either way. What I'm saying is that you shouldn't rely on people like me. Rely on yourselves. You have a council. You're doing great. I screwed up because I don't truly believe in the cause. Of course, that's what makes the worst warriors. People who don't believe in themselves. Yeah.
Well, that's obvious from what I've heard. However,
I'm just doing this for myself.
still your job to fix your job. Get out. I have things to talk about.
Come on, Mikhail, please. Throw me a bone. I'm gonna just start slowly trying to back out while just looking up around. Probably like a madman.
Mm-hmm.
Magic voice? Anything?
No voice.
Okay, then I'm gonna try going over to Dirk.
Where are you going?
To Durkill.
All right. I mean, you find his house. Seems like it's been abandoned, though.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, then I'm gonna try to open up the door.
Seems someone picklocked it a while ago and didn't bother locking it again. Door slides right open. There's a notice that seems to be laying on the floor in the inside.
I'll try to read it.
Yeah, it's just written in common. You can seem to read it fine. Durghill Clockmakers has been moved to the city of Zala. Zala, not Zala. What the hell is the city's name? Zior. If you want the finest clocks at the finest prices, please come there. And then he has a small bit of which quarter he's in, effectively.
Which one is he in? Better not be the magic one.
No, he's not in the magic one.
Oh, thank God.
The house seems to be pretty cleared out of anything even remotely expensive or fine.
I'm just gonna head back into my room, just sit for a second, trying to think, reflect.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is all screwed up.
Yep.
And my enemy, that fuck, or what was his name? It was the Black Spider, right?
Yeah.
Just expected he's been up to this. Why has he been sitting around for the last? Did we? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he cursed us. Either way. Probably can't run off to kill the Black Spider.
You then hear a tapping sound, like someone hitting something on the, like the butt of a sword on the ground. Or I guess the scabbard on the ground.
I'll look around for it.
Yep. You see Mercurial with that same vibrant spike.
Hello, Mercurial. Welcome back. Thanks for the help.
Hey, I was gonna give you the worst deal out of this. At least you got two better options.
I don't... Okay, so I can burn magic away, which... That's what I'm getting from it. This wasn't supposed to happen like this.
She just shakes her head. Hate to tell you, love, but nothing's ever supposed to happen how it's supposed to happen. Let me tell you.
Do you have any advice? You've been through this before, I'm guessing. I don't know, you've been alive for thousands of years. Or hundreds.
Yeah, hundreds closer. But I didn't go through this particular process. Mine was a little bit more cut and dry, unfortunately.
Okay, well, let's see. I'm gonna lose my city to a dickhead. I don't want that to happen. I doubt I'm gonna be able to come through here all heroic-like and just save it and take control. If anything, I've already lost.
I mean, who knows? You might be a hero.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, guess it depends on how they spin it, doesn't it? I mean, I wouldn't, but then again, I'm an asshole. So, that, and I kind of hate your guts. You know, the whole stabbing thing. She just kind of waves the spike around. Kind of how I was going to give you the new word and whatnot.
Okay, but you can't blame me for wanting to understand what you're up to. Because to be fair, I get the feeling you're not giving us the full deal. And of course, I don't blame you, but
Hate to
If
tell
I
you,
remember
I
correctly-
can't give the full deal.
yeah, I know. That's why I try seeking
Look,
it out for myself.
here's-
And from what I
I'll
remember,
tell you, some others can give you the full deal. Valera, she can. The others, maybe only freaking Tyboran can't, but he's suffering from a tragic case of dead. So, he's got his own issues. Me, on the other hand, I got a kind of special relationship with everything going on here. So, sorry you got stuck with me, but I can't give you all the details, because otherwise, I'm screwed. And I hate to tell you, kid, but I don't like you enough to freaking screw myself.
to be fair, I'm not asking you to.
Good. Seems smart enough not to ask for it in the first place, so figured. But
The only thing I would do is just, screw you over by looking for the details myself. Which, again, you did punish me for it. If my memory serves. I tapped the, where she stabbed.
I mean, I only have so much patience. So,
Still,
you all done here?
more than likely.
All right.
Unless you feel like taking me to the place where the black spider is and allowing me to.
He just
or for me.
smiles.
All right, you aren't looking for the
Yeah,
black
that's not-
spider.
Okay.
Black spider's dead, my
Yeah.
guy.
Okay.
At least not yet.
Well, who's the name of the fucker?
We didn't
who
learn
we're
his
after?
name. He's just some shithead who killed us or attempted to.
Then I'll ask Mikhail. So who's the shithead who's trying to take over my city? Do you know that or no? Apparently he's searching to become
Look,
well,
I don't really get
fine.
his whole organization. All I know is he's the freaking idiot who's trying to destroy the world right now. So, you'll be meeting him in. He just kind of looks at her wrist, where there is no obvious watch. A couple of days at the very most. Hopefully, you get to stab him and shoot him enough that he stops doing that.
Okay. Seeing there might be hope.
I would hope so. Look, I didn't pick all you idiots, but I've had to freaking drag you around, and you've at least gotten most of the job done. Now you just need to freaking fit in the final piece. Hope you can do at least
Me-
that much.
You mean the one we just got? Because, like I said, we did kill an.
It was a metaphor, you idiot.
Then what is the final piece? You told us just get all the pieces, right? And then
She just shakes
what?
her
The
head.
world saved? What's next?
Go pick your goddamn freaking continued. Get out of my face, please. Goddamn, I'm gonna be happy when all you idiots are gone. And then
Wait, what do you-
everything fades into silver. And you're standing in the big white place with the two phantoms. One of gold and one of blue.
Okay, well, so far I like gold. Seems to share my disposition. What about you, Blue?
I offer not destruction, but protection, young one.
In what form?
Well, in a different but similar form to that of my competitor here.
Okay, well, your competitor burns away the magic and reveals the truth. You what? Protect against magic? Protect magic? I hope it's not that second.
I'd blow it away, I suppose you could say. But I prefer to help than harm. It just so happens that that sometimes is the same goal in the end.
Okay. Hmm. Think real quick. Okay, well, that sounds interesting. Let's see. Any internal monologue?
Nope,
Okay.
not without you adding it. You're back to yourself
Nowhere-
at this point, so nothing's adding anything.
I'm just trying to think. You know what? Fuck it. Let's start over. Let's burn the world down.
The one with golden eyes seems to nod. Good. Seeking the
tired of
truth
all
and
this-
burning the evil is the best path. Especially for your goal.
Yeah. Hold on.
Starting to sound like Z there, my guy.
I'm tired of all these secrecies and oh, hey, let's use your. They aren't going to remember me. They aren't going to.
Yep.
Use it for good.
And then that's where yours ends.
Congrats, Drake.
You now have all three
Woo.
selected.
Sounds like fun.
I think I actually know what the last one was.
Can y'all send me the recording of that, by the way? I totally fucked up.
I would attempt to, but we both know how that's gonna go. Shrug.
Please.
I can.
It-
The
dude, if I
quality
try
of my
and
recordings
load-
vary greatly.
If I try and upload anything that's more than 3 megabytes, it crashes my internet for a week, my guy. I know what you want from me.
You'll get it in a few months.
No, he won't get it at all because I'm not gonna crash my internet for a few months. Yeah, or that shit. I'm in the recording there.
Also, here, I'm gonna call it. That's the sun word.
Yeah, no, that's definitely sun. Burning away magic. Bright fucking gold.
I'm like, was the other
Whoa.
one what? Air?
I don't know. That'd probably be my guess.
I mean, you didn't pick it, so you don't know.
I mean, technically, right now, we don't know what his other word is. We have a guess.
An educated guess?
Do you want to wait to do mine until the designated time?
I mean,
30
if
minutes from
we're
now?
all here, then we can just do it now.
Give me
I
one
have
sec,
that one
because I need to go to the bathroom, and I also want to grab food real fast.
That's fine, yeah.
Forgive me like a minute.
Quick break.
Mm.
Oh boy, how exciting. I'm so very excited to learn what my goddamn character will be once we start that.
Look, Raleigh, if anything, you should like me now. It's a giant fireball, the sun.
I'm not leaning in towards my fire at all, in general. Well, what were my two options last time? Fire and well, not actual word choices, but like the characters. Because I know one of them I chose like my mother feeding a younger me.
Yeah.
I think was that against the? Oh, it was fire versus like swords or something. I don't
I
remember.
don't remember. That's far too long ago.
Yeah. Well, either way, it was.
I just
I
keep.
did not.
Yeah, I
choose.
write down the choice that you guys selected, not the one you guys ignored, because it's no longer
The
relevant.
one I ignored was the fire one. The one I selected was the other one. Because my fire dude got angry at me for not picking him.
At the time to look at the sun word to remember if that's any.
Well, I ain't got nothing against magic, so Drake, if you start killing magic, I'm gonna have an issue with you.
I can guarantee that the word that Mercurio would have given you, you would not liked at all. Which was kind of the idea.
I wonder which one. What?
Sun, the most powerful word. Oh god. On a list of ranked tier words. Someone's personal list.
It's pretty potent.
I sure hope you didn't get sun.
Well, because if I remember right, Mitchell said, Mitchell, your rules are no artificer, no.
Artificer and knowledge are the two I'd ban. So it
Yeah.
can't be.
And
Oh,
didn't
it's-
you also
I'm
say
back.
you made 3 custom ones?
I made a custom one for each of you.
Yes.
Okay, or not 3. Sorry, 2 custom ones. No. Yes.
No.
1 custom one.
A
For each
custom
of
one
us,
for
so
each
5.
person, which is 5 total.
Yes.
So I
3
got
custom
literally...
one. No, 2. Wait, no. What? Wait.
Wait, no. Numbers? No,
20.
what? Huh?
Final answer:
20.
80 custom ones.
Technically, if I writ all the words down, it would be 10. Though I don't make the
Because-
ones that aren't chosen. So
Yeah, you just come up with the name of them. Or
Let's
whatever.
see, Rowley.
the name and the basic idea for them. yes.
Rowley. Word, food.
Rowley, power word cooking.
Power
Wait.
word hungry.
Power word hungry. Oh fuck yeah! I can make people hungry so they come to my restaurant. That's still my goal. I don't care
Rowley's
about
gonna-
this.
You guys,
It's
you
the
guys have
fucking-
an actually fairly interesting setup for words so far.
I'm gonna be honest. It's not gonna be much of a fucking goal. Setting up a restaurant could probably be done within a session, as long as you were
Yeah.
judicious about it.
Well, it's not.
Little
It's not
did
about
you
setting it
know.
up. It's about maintaining, growing, and expanding.
I'm gonna fucking burn down your restaurant.
No.
Eliminating
I'm gonna burn
threats.
down your
But,
restaurant for the time you burned my mother.
Peyton.
I
little
Also,
did
the time you
know.
burned my dog. Also, the
did
time
also
you
do that.
burned me.
I did do that too.
Real estate is a real bitch in Orivon.
Alright, well,
God.
I'm ready to go.
All right.
There's a way to make it a lot easier. We go back to the capital. Fucking tell the guy where the sword is, and we get like 1,000,000 credits. A fucking dukedom or whatever the shit. Where the fuck it was. It was insane. Alright. Alright, hit record, whatever.
All right. So if you're all set up, Norris, then.
Yep, I'm recording.
All right. So when you have your normal thing that happens when you guys put an important piece on, yours when you kind of wake up again is not pleasant to say the least. You open your eyes and immediately have a strong smell of smoke, closely followed by a pair of ferocious pain and rage-filled roaring. And you can
Okay.
feel heat across your entire body, along with heavy armor, and it seems that your body just kind of naturally takes a long, deep breath, and you feel your entire core just kind of cool from the inside out. You feel like you're about to, like, adrenaline's running, everything is starting to get ready to go, to charge back into conflict.
Alright. Well,
However,
I reach for my swords.
you have a sword. The other hand seems to be
Okay.
holding a shield.
Huh.
Your hands also seem to be covered in silvery scales, rather than normal dappled green color.
The fuck?
Weird.
Get out of my body.
You don't
I'm
have a
Drake.
sword and shield.
Yep. You hear the sounds of groaning and kind of half-hearted battle cries,
I
and look around to see what are very obviously members of Frostdawn.
Oh. Interesting. Okay, like proper like old in the past members, or do these look like aged up members?
They look like they're a little older. Not by that much, but definitely the humans are starting to make it into middle age.
All right. Anyone that I would know that would stand out, or is it just in general I recognize people?
It's a little hard to tell because about half of them are either laying down or cradling injuries of one degree or another, or are laying down and seemingly ignored by the medics.
Okay. Well, enough
You do
thinking.
you do notice a pair that you do recognize, however, in Zala and Gimnar.
Okay.
They seem to still be
alright.
healthy, or healthy enough. Everyone is, to some extent, burned or scratched or have their armor dented after probably getting thrown around,
All right.
facing off
So
what is
an-
very obviously not something you want to deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah. Speaking of that, what is this? What are we facing? What are we fighting?
Currently, you seem to be standing just inside of a city, kind of in the front square. And off in the distance, it's definitely large enough to see, you see a dragon. Except,
Oh.
rather than being simply red or black, it seems to have both, along with a pair of heads to match.
Oh fuck! It's mad that we took its egg.
It is currently rampaging off in the distance. You can hear it screaming, burning, smashing, crunching, etc.
Okay. Is that the only enemy currently?
From what you can see, anyway.
All right. Well, then I'm going to rush towards it. Because fighting is what I know best.
Whoever's by you just inhabited is fucked.
I don't know I'm in someone else's. Well,
What
Oh,
do you
wait,
mean?
hold on. Now hold on. I do
You
stop
looked at
for
your
a second.
hands, and they were fucking dragonborn, you
Listen,
idiot!
listen. Okay. I start running and then I stop, and I'm like, wait a second.
You're a goon.
Yeah,
Something is
you
wrong.
hear someone from behind you and with the rest of the group just kind of yell for you. Helmund! Where are you going? Commander Helmund!
What? I look around for the commander.
You don't see anyone near you. There's a couple
I
of
put-
townspeople that are just kind of looking at you in fear, but
You
it
don't
might
see
just
any
be
either.
what's
Fuck,
going on
okay.
rather than you.
You don't see any
Alright.
idiots running off.
I stop and I turn around and I'm gonna approach the people who are yelling for me at a quick pace.
It seems to be a fairly new member. You don't recognize him, but he's certainly been injured along with most other people. Still up, though. Young human. Carries a similar setup to you. Long sword and shield. Some heavy chainmail.
All right.
Helmund, you know we'll have to talk with the lord of the city to get all the next attack set up.
Yeah. Right. I'm trying to think. Give me a second. Do I remember if Helmund had any like? Was he just like a fighting dude? Did he have any like magic stuff? Because I don't remember. I don't think I didn't give him any, but
No, you don't remember if he
Okay.
has anything, but you don't feel like he has any special magic or anything besides his breath.
all right. Of course. Well. Do we have a current status on his whereabouts?
He salutes. He should be here in just a few minutes, sir.
Understood. How does the current situation look?
He just kind of looks back to the group and then over to the still rampaging pair of dragons. Permission to
sigh.
speak freely?
Permission granted.
Very poor. we attempted to rest here, and all of a sudden, that thing just appeared. As if by magic, it just appeared in the center of the city and started rampaging.
All right.
Never heard of a two-headed dragon, but apparently there's reasons why.
So, give me just 1 second.
Mhm.
Were you looking to make food or order food? Just order me whatever.
Okay.
You figure out. You know what I like.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I'm gonna be ordering food.
Mhm.
So, all right. So you said a few minutes, so I said, all right. And I'm gonna turn around and I'm going to look towards where I saw Zala before.
All right. Yep. She
One
seems to
person I
be.
recognize.
Yeah, she seems to be kind of hanging near. Well, rather, Gimnar's hanging near her. She's kind of going around and patching people up.
All right, I'm gonna
She
start to
certainly
approach her.
looks older than you saw her before.
Yeah, I'm going to. I was just trying to figure out if this was like the past, but I am going to approach her, and as I get close, I'm going to call out to her, Zala. A word?
Yep. She stands up from helping to patch another soldier up and gives you a short salute. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna kind of like beckon her to come over so we can speak kind of at least a little bit privately, not right next to someone else.
Yeah, there's enough spots between the
Okay.
little groups.
Okay. Zala, this may come off as a little odd to you, but
I mean, sir, I've seen quite a few odd things over the course of my life so far.
well, this is going to sound even odder, but and I kind of like give a smile and I say, here's what I'm going to try to say. I don't know if you're going to let me say this or not. Well, actually, you probably will. I'm going to say, give me a second. Let me try to phrase this. I'm not exactly Helmand right now.
Well, I mean, sir, I'm sure that you're still getting over our casualties, but
No, Zala. I think something weird happened, and I somehow ended up as Helmand, but I am most certainly Raleigh.
she just kind of looks you up and down and then just kind of chuckles a few times. I appreciate you trying to cheer me up, sir,
No.
but
No, Zala, I don't. We went into the mountains with the snow, and there was the beast of the pass. It was with Z and Drake and Logzor. I think Logzor was there, and I'm just gonna like start describing that part of the adventure.
she nods. I am aware, sir.
Yes.
I told you that story, remember?
Damn it! You told me that. Okay. No.
Yeah,
I-
it's
okay.
how I got the thing that we're hopefully going to use to take this beast down.
Zala, please. You're the only one who would even remotely understand what's going on.
You're right. I have had people. I've dealt with people who have mental breaks before. It's fine.
No.
I can work. I can work with this, I guess.
I've dealt with body
Alright.
snatchers.
Oh. Okay. Well, whether or not you believe me, the situation stands that I don't exactly know what is going on, other than there is a two-headed dragon and it's angry. So I am going to refer to you right now. What is happening?
Well, we decided to come and rest in this town, city, I suppose. I believe it's known as Windhurst. It's on the eastern edge of the Empire, I believe, if the Empire is still a thing. And all of a sudden, earlier this morning, that dragon appeared out of thin air and started rampaging. The Lord asked us to try and take care of it, and you agreed. We literally just attacked it a few minutes ago. and as it obviously shows, failed.
Okay. All right. So I'm guessing you don't believe me that I am currently Raleigh in the mind, somehow in Helmond.
I unfortunately don't, sir.
Okay, that's understandable. Well, I'm probably Helmond, I'm probably not going to remember this little conversation after whatever is going on ends, assuming it does. All right, well, good work out there. We'll make sure to take that thing down next time.
She nods. I'm sure you can, sir. So she runs back to what she was doing.
Yeah, let her. I don't want to keep her for too long. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna head back and wait for this fucker. Do I like, can I like sense any? Oh, actually, you know what? Fuck it. I have someone I can call upon. I am going to attempt to call upon, make sure I get the fucking name right, Duval.
All right.
I'm gonna try to.
You can
mentally
barely do that when you're
reach out to
you.
Duval. I know, but look, shit's weird.
One for hail now.
Duval, you there?
You see a dwarf just kind of like look up at you for a moment.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. Did you need something?
No, wait. I'm said that in my head.
Another
And the
100.
dwarf still looks up and says that.
Oh no.
Wait. Wait, what? Are you Duval Embermane?
I don't think so. I was named after that man, but
Well, how
that's
did you
not my
hear me when I
clan.
spoke in my head?
He just shrugs. I just heard my name and looked up. Figured it was you. He goes back to what he was doing.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Some help you are.
Do it again.
I do it again. I speak in my head. But I whisper it.
Yes, sir.
Once again, you don't get any.
Okay. God damn it. Okay. Alright.
You see a human soldier come running in your direction.
I like how literally every time you've ever tried that, it's failed. And you're still like, no, but this time it'll work. But this time it'll work though.
Maybe.
Maybe the humans evolved.
I respect the Hail Mary, but God.
So he pulls up in front of you. Commander Hellman, yes?
Yes.
My lord wishes to speak to you. Do you have a moment for...
Absolutely.
Alright, come with me. He
Yep,
flies
I
off.
follow.
This soldier, by the way, is very, very young. He's barely 16 from the looks of him. His
Woof.
helmet doesn't even really fit. So, you make it to a small tent that's been set up outside of the square. And he just kind of shows you in.
I go in.
And you see a man dressed in like full plate armor. He has a sword still, just kind of sitting on the table that's gleaming. His armor is dented in a few places and covered in soot, but it seems like he himself is doing all right. He looks like he's old for a human anyway. His hair is starting to, well, his hair is still nice and dark, but his beard is starting to get a little bit gray, starting to turn a little bit kind of patchwork. And his skin seems to be kind of a mix of, it's kind of like a tannish color. So, yeah, his face is also surprisingly soft, feature-wise. So his hands are definitely calloused. He's pointing at a map and kind of talking to the soldiers near him. And they're running off out of the tent past you to, you'd assume, go give orders or some such.
I will approach the table and say, Oh, I don't say anything other than maybe you asked for me.
When I asked you this morning, Helmond, you said that you could take that beast down. Why do I still hear its roars?
It seemed the first attack did not go as planned.
That much is obvious. So, am I paying you to flee, or are you going to die with us to protect our city here?
I will not flee. This is... that would be despicable.
He nods. Well, it's good to hear at least some of you have a little more backbone than others I've been hiring. But unfortunately, I don't think you and I have the forces currently to take this beast down. We threw just about everything we had. So, unless that mage shows up and helps us out, or you have some trick up your sleeve, I'm afraid we're basically going to just have to hold it off until we get more of our citizens evacuated.
Do I have some trick up my sleeve?
Not that you can remember.
Fuck. Okay. God damn it.
So he continues ordering troops, and you can catch a few of them now that he's ordering evacuations.
Yeah. I guess I'll follow up with. We will be preparing for our next assault, and we'll do our best to ensure that the citizens are able to evacuate safely.
He nods. I'll make sure you get your payment then. Good fighting, strength and honor.
Strength and honor, and I'll leave the tent.
All right. Yep. As you leave the tent, you basically almost run into another of the mercenaries. This one you recognize. He's no one all that special, but someone that is definitely an older member of Froston. Sir, Zala's brought up the weapon again. Do you want to try that? I know you said the first time that it's far too dangerous to just use, but I see very few other options.
I would like to speak with her before we resort to that.
He nods.
One last time, yeah. All right, and I'm gonna. I
He
guess
runs
he'll
back.
lead me to her. Okay, or I'll just go to where she is. Whatever.
I mean, I hate to tell you, but Zala sticks out like a sore thumb. So.
Yep. All right.
So, yep,
I will
she's sitting by a small pile of equipment along with a table that has some sort of covered something or other on it anyway.
Zala,
She looks up. Yes, sir?
this weapon that you suggested, can you go over again exactly what you know it will be doing?
Unfortunately, I don't know exactly, sir. It's unfortunately far above my abilities to ascertain what it can do. But I believe it might have been one of the weapons that were used to take down dragons in ages past, at least from inscriptions and whatnot. She goes and pulls off the thing, and you see a blade that looks like it's just entirely made out of gold.
Interesting.
And at a glance, you recognize it as a blade that, at least if it's not Voimtung itself, looks a hell of a lot like it.
Oh no!
Yeah. I mean, the blade doesn't talk
holding
to
it.
So
Okay, I was gonna
no,
say.
it's laying on the table.
This
Okay.
has turned into a difficult situation.
Yeah, it doesn't say
Yeah.
anything, but
Just go
it
with my
certainly
idea.
has. It certainly looks like Voimtung.
This I fear that the one who uses this will cease being themselves.
She nods. That is something that is very possible. In fact, I believe you brought it up yourself the first time I offered it, sir.
If Raleigh were here, he'd be able to. He'd do it. Damn it!
Just suck the sword. Forehead.
To be fair, Raleigh's a fucking idiot. He'd do a lot of
Yes,
things.
I know.
That doesn't mean it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Nor
As you're kind of thinking, all of a sudden, you feel your mouth kind of move on its own, and the words, "Well, we have very few other choices."
Nope. I did not say that. Nope. Hold on. Wait a goddamn second. Ugh. I don't want to introduce a super weapon into this world again. I don't want to introduce a super villain. Please. Not like this. Okay, let me think.
Hey, one fucked over my city. Now it's your turn.
No!
I mean,
Damn
you
it.
can look at it this way. So, when Tyborn used Voimtongue, it was used for good because he was a good person.
I don't know if Helmand is a very good person or not.
Can I take that chance?
Well, he's not bad. He got cursed and he was, like, kicked out, essentially. But, like... I just worry... I don't know. I just worry about the future.
It's up to you. So let's destroy
Alright,
her.
I'm going to... I'll lay my hand on it.
All right. The moment you lay your
choose-
hand on it, it immediately very, very warm, hotter than a blade should be when sitting in like fairly average temperatures. And immediately you have two voices that just kind of speak in harmony, though you can understand both of them. I of course can't say it both at the same time. So
Oh.
the first one, release me, and I shall assist you to destroy their enemy utterly, regardless of its strength. And the other one, hold me. I shall fight at your side, and we shall bring the enemy to its knees.
Release or hold? I choose neither. No.
Yeah, if you think I choose neither, you're all of
No.
a sudden go and have a massive
I'm
thing
not.
of no.
I choose
know-
neither. Option not accepted.
Pretty much.
All right.
Please try again. Never.
I'm going to look up to Zala and I'm going to say, whatever this weapon is, we cannot let it run free. It has to be utilized in such a way where, I mean, where it cannot cause harm to others. I am
Well,
not
I
going to release
suppose it's possible that we can give it to that mage who's coming later, but it's unknown how long that's going to be.
I will grab onto the hilt.
Yep.
And I am going to... Yeah, I am definitely choosing fight alongside. I am not going to release an entity into this world.
We're strained.
So,
Something
You're
no one would
now
ever
on
describe
the
Raleigh as.
What's up?
you're holding it now.
All right.
It's
I-
balanced, lighter than it looks, and it feels like all of a sudden all the injuries that you've had and any tiredness is just entirely washed away. Feel like you could leap the entire city in a few bounds. If that's
And
true
I,
or not is unknown, but
And then again to Zala, I say, we'll use the weapon, but if the dragon is taken down, and things get out of control with me, I expect nothing less than taking me down as well.
She nods and salutes. Of course.
All right.
Dude, even I didn't
I'll-
kill the bastard who.
I mean, yeah. Well, I don't want to kill this guy, but like, if there's, it's
It
a
must
matter
be
of
done.
thousands of potentially people just dying because we wait, or I mean, honestly, I don't have a choice here. My choice is either release something or work with something. So if this guy dies, it sucks. But like,
I mean, trust me, there's always a choice. It's not always a good
yeah, I
choice,
know.
but there's a choice.
all right, yep. And then I guess
Not
Uh,
choosing is also technically a choice.
prepare do what Raleigh would know is a good battle preparation, but myself Norix does not know. And then yeah, I'm gonna fight this fucking dragon.
All right. So yeah, as you're kind of getting the rest of the troops prepared to hold it off, or perhaps hopefully kill it if this blade is indeed what it is, the blade continues whispering, "How do you know?"
Hmm?
How do you know?
But I know what.
How
Sorry,
do you
sorry, could
know
you repeat the
that
question?
Temperance will keep this beast sealed.
That temperance will keep the beast sealed?
Yeah.
Like, you mean like that dragon? Or like, what beast?
Jesus Christ.
Hey, I'm Raleigh. You know? I shrug and I guess I'll fucking reply to it and I'll just say like, as long as I fight for what's right, I don't know. Fuck him. I'll kill him. If it's a bad guy and it's in the way, and it's threatening the world or threatening my friends, I
Yep.
mean,
Both
I'll do what I
voices
know
just
best.
override your voice. Yes.
well, yes what?
However,
Okay.
the path forward depends on degree. For if you hold back too much, you might not defeat your foe. However, if you let too much out, you might catch others in the fall.
That's a good point.
Are you sure you wish to hold back with the risk of more falling?
That is a tough question.
No, it doesn't. It's yes or no, dumbass.
Just answer it, forehead.
Easiest fucking
Uh,
question of my life. You're just stupid.
I mean, it doesn't sound like it's currently looking for an answer. It just is a. There will
Yeah.
be an answer that is required. It seems to be the what it's intoning.
A choice will be made one way or another.
Mm-hmm. So
Well, I know what the choice is. I'm just trying to rationalize it in my mind. My choice is going to remain as if people die because I held back trying not to also get people caught up in it or release more dangers,
That's not even, dude.
it sucks. But then if I do too much and then kill those people anyway. I just don't want to go overboard.
Yeah.
Being
all of
here,
a sudden,
here's
one
what
of
I'll
the
say.
voices, as you're about to like kind of getting the lines set up, the voices of course, change into two that you're very familiar with. Temperance is the way forward. Power is nothing if it's not controlled. But power without control has its own power all its own, does it not, dwarf?
Who's arguing? Whose voices are these?
You
Sword
recognize
and Duval.
Yeah.
Not in that order.
Who in Duval?
Your sword.
Oh, my sword in Duval.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
The
I-
fire spirit, yeah.
Cool. I'm also gonna say, one of the things I think that would push Raleigh more towards temperance is simply the fact that anytime he's after the fact that he's done anything like destructive when he realized he didn't have control, has kind of turned him off to the whole thing.
The
A little
inn.
bit. AKA everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
You've blown up our party
Yeah.
a lot of times, and yourself.
I have.
Freaking heck. The spirit actually does have a name. I'm trying to think what the heck it's called.
Sword.
Adoration. That's what it's called.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do I have that written down? I think I do.
Probably. You know its name.
I
It-
do.
It's told
Yes,
itself.
adoration.
So. Yep. The charge starts.
Yes, adoration. You have chosen adoration. Wait, no.
All
I
right.
was able
Yeah.
to hold power myself, defeat foes far stronger than a two-headed dragon spirit. But there are foes stronger than those even you face, dwarf.
And that's where teamwork comes in. See, if you gather a party of really powerful friends, you can overcome anything.
And Drake.
And Drake.
Yeah.
I'm literally
Yeah,
just gonna
he's-
start like butting in with my dumb comments in their stupid monologue whenever I get the chance. So I hope the fire spirit's happy.
Yep. So you charge the dragon, you make it to it. You feel Helmand leap into the air and start diving down to drive the sword in, and time freezes.
Oh.
It's
Uh-oh.
time to make your
And
choice,
Helmand-
Spork. Who shall you follow? The path of temperance, or the path of wrath?
He rhymed. All the best prophecies rhyme.
It will be... Oh, one moment.
Yep.
Alright. I think I know what one of these is.
Sorry about that.
Don't be sorry, be better.
I am going to say. Well, I think the answer is obvious. I'm on your side, Duval. Let's pick temperance.
Good, young one. Good. And then the sword slams home into the dragon, engulfing it in these golden flames that seem to even hurt the red-scaled beast. The fight goes on for some time, but at the end, you find yourself lying in a pool of Helmand's blood, with the dragon still on the loose. At least
What is?
you have your eyes open just long enough to see a short figure. A figure stand on one of the buildings nearby, yell something in a language you don't understand, and then blast the dragon into oblivion.
And I want to. No, before I black out, I want to say, Duval, please don't let him die because of me. That would suck.
Too
I
late.
feel real bad, man.
Too late, choice has been made. See you later.
So, and then you're standing in a brilliant white room Deval and the spirit.
Does the spirit say I told you so?
Pretty much, yes.
And that's when you fucking idiot. Look what you did.
I shall give you one last chance, Orc. You shall
He's
face
desperate.
foes much stronger than this. We'll see how control gets you into death's door more often. Deval just stands there, silent.
I have friends that I can trust with my life at this point. I don't need to rely on you or power alone. And I walk over. Everyone else in the party goes as I walk over to the ball.
Yep. Well, the moment you say that, everything blacks back out.
That's fair.
Yes.
I have friends that I can rely on.
And Drake.
Doubtful.
Drake.
I look.
Big if
the friends
true.
I may have with you all. I trust all y'all.
And Drake.
So
Just the rest of the group is
And-
sitting off the sidelines. Ugh.
Yeah. The rest of the fucking group sitting up silently going, oh, why did you do that? Oh,
Can I
God.
Can I just burn Rowley with sun?
no.
Can I
Look,
chuck him?
I trusted my friends. Is that so wrong?
Yes.
It depends on who your friends are, really. It's all based on context.
All right.
With
well,
these friends, yes.
is that the end of? Is that the end of mine?
Bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs. Is that the
Yeah.
end of mine?
Yes, that is the end of it.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure. I guess when you go along with things, it kind of ends faster.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, if we don't start poking the illusion, things go along smoothly.
Yeah.
What if you start
God, I-
fucking illusion?
I just
Then
hope that
you
wasn't
either
real.
die or
Wait, so
Think it's
was
your
that an
choice.
illusion? Was that real?
It was real. Probably.
Oh no.
Something.
Okay, so here, Peyton.
I'm gonna
when
end
that
the recording
campaign is
there.
actually run, I'll have to let you guys know.
Oh no.
Whatever.
I'm so
Not
excited
my
to
problem
learn what
anymore.
my words are.
Alright, what's up, Nor?
Well,
Okay, so we're gonna have to go to Ehrenberg. We have to purge the heretic.
We are not going to do that. Because we're going to purge the heretic wherever we go. It might be Ehrenberg, it might not be it. But that's going to be the last guy we kill, so shrug. You've been
Raleigh's
told since the
gonna
beginning
go
that we're murdering that guy.
back to
Raleigh isn't going to do shit.
no. Look, all I want to do is open up a nice restaurant and I don't know, maybe just hang out.
That's not how Big Godbound works.
Technically, you could do that.
I will burn down as many restaurants as I have to until you get the message.
Oh.
Don't make me go back to my message sending days, because no one wants me there.
Oh. I just,
let's-
I don't know.
So let's see, Mitchell. What word do you think he grabbed?
What do you mean? What word do I think he grabbed?
Yeah, I mean,
We'll
that's
take
what we're.
guesses.
Yeah.
You can
Go
go
ahead,
ahead and
yours.
make guesses. I'm not gonna tell you.
What
I'm trying to remember
Oh
what
God,
his
what are
first
the
word was.
Something, okay, so I definitely chose something with Raleigh's mother feeding him when he was young.
That was not your first word, that was your second word.
That was my second word.
I'm trying to
My
remember what your
first
first word was, because your second word is fucking special shit, and I'm not even gonna try. There are too many words in the English language.
Mm.
I think it
Wasn't
has
the
something to do with
first word?
fire?
Fire and sword. And I
Was it
chose
fire or
the-
sword?
I think I chose fire because I wanted to cast fireball.
Fucking goon. Alright. This one I think was... It'd be easier if I remember what the first one was. I thought it was between sword and might. because might is more of a fucking just sheer brute force, whereas sword is more of actual knowing how to fight. And that's what it seemed like to me. It's like that's what my guess is. My guess is sword.
Maybe it was fertility.
You know, when I think of Raleigh, the first thing that pops into my mind is not plants or fertility or growth or anything having to do with that word.
I'll only say that Raleigh's setup is interesting, but nothing more.
Oh no.
Well, see you later, Raleigh.
Look, I'm gonna open a restaurant. I'm gonna chill with Serena. and
Nope.
I'm gonna just
I keep telling you, that's not how Godbound works.
Mm.
You
Well,
can try all you
well-
want, but it's gonna end poorly.
But I wanna live a nice.
Then go ahead and do it. It'll be
Awesome.
funny to watch it crash and burn.
No.
Also fitting.
No.
Well, the problem that I have is trying to, because Rowley, you really did nothing. You failed.
What did I
No.
fail?
You
He
didn't stop the
succeeded in
beast.
holding off until someone showed up.
Okay, then endurance.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Possible, I guess. But I think if it was endurance, it went and lying in a pool of his own blood.
Exactly.
yeah. I feel bad for killing him in my vision, which may or may not be real.
Listen, just because you suck and get people killed. I mean, to be fair,
Look, if
Drake got way more people killed.
if it were me there, I would have done the same thing and sacrificed myself. But I didn't have the opportunity for that.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say when you come back from the dead every 5 minutes.
Well, even if I didn't,
That's more
that's
my
just
bit, but-
Raleigh.
To be fair, I got a lot more people killed mainly because we never solved the mystery. It's like, oh yeah, don't worry, Drake. We'll get to it later. We're finished with this.
That is not what would have solved this problem.
Well, what do you mean? We would have been like, okay, yeah, there's some fuckery going about.
If we,
Let's try to quell the revolution.
I don't think us going around and killing a few revolutionaries is going to solve the whole revolution problem in the North. That is a underlying issue that we won't be able to solve in like a month or two of work.
Well, no, it was pretty obvious that there
We're
was, you know,
5 idiots who barely get the job done as is.
but we still get the job done.
Our job isn't a very difficult one. We're just looking for shit.
And we get to die a bunch, so like, even
Yeah.
easier. All right, are we done with sessions for the day? I don't
Yes.
see
To
any
be
more
fair,
It's
on
just
the
the
docket.
we were making
Yeah, Theo's
headway.
gonna have his tomorrow at 8, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to catch as
Then
many as I
Chase
can,
the next day, and then Payton on Thursday.
but I don't know if I'm actually gonna be able to. Theo, if you could just send me the recordings of them whenever
Okay.
you get those.
What's
just-
most
I just really
convenient, like a
appreciate it.
Google thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
just a Google thing, and I'll just download it, and I'll let you know when it's downloaded, so you can delete it if you want.
Okay. I'll be honest. I'm gonna first check this. My recordings are always extremely variable in quality, so this might just be me talking to myself for a couple hours. So I'll
That's-
check
yeah,
before I
okay.
send that.
Okay. And if that's the case, then I'll just bug Payton. Even though he won't ever do it, I'll
Yeah.
just bug him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, it's even just because I don't want to. It's because I just can't.
Yeah.
Okay, now the
I
only thing
also
can
don't
hope-
want to, but that's not the salient